Welcome, Hattiesburg, and a pleasant day to all our listeners. This is Abby, your host for Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. I'm here to bring you updates, news, and more from our community. To add to all the excitement today, we have Mississippi Moments with Alberta Spinks and a news wrap with Miss Renika to ensure you're up to date on all the hottest topics. And guess what? We have some very special guests for you today, Parker and Lauren. You definitely want to stay tuned for what they have to share with us today. But before we jump into all the fun, here's a quick message from our sponsors. So hang tight because we'll be right back with more Southern Miss Today.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mr. Sippy Beverages. Mr. Sippy Beverages provides water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mr. Sippy Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mr. Sippy Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online. Sponsorship comes from American Graphics. Located at 8 Commercial Warehouse Drive in Hattiesburg, American Graphics provides custom screen printing and embroidery. They can be reached by phone at 601-602-2277. And the website is goamericangraphics.com. American Graphics, printing at its finest.
Welcome back. In campus news, there will be a philosophy and religion colloquium with Dr. Sam Bruton tomorrow from 4 to 5:15 p.m. Research ethics, unlike other fields of applied ethics, often lacks a theoretical foundation. Researchers rarely apply established moral theories or justify the specific norms they use, such as transparency, data sharing, and integrity. In this talk titled Constructivism and the Norms of Research Ethics, Dr. Sam Bruton will present a constructivist approach to research ethics inspired by recent work in the moral methodology by John Rawls and others. Bruton argues that the norms of scientific research should be those advocated by well-informed scientists aiming to advance their field. This perspective clarifies the unity, evolution, and structure of these norms. The event will take place in the Liberal Arts Building, room 101, from 4 to 5:15 tomorrow. Also in campus news, Chi Omega will host the 73rd Annual Songfest. Tidings of comfort and joy will sound out in the Pine Belt and on the 73rd Annual Songfest on Wednesday, November 20th at 6:30 p.m. in the University of Southern Miss's Reed Green Coliseum on the Hattiesburg campus. Songfest, a singing and dancing competition between fraternities and sororities presented by Epson Delta chapter of Chi Omega sorority, is free and open to the public. Donations are encouraged to support the charity beneficiary Make-A-Wish Mississippi. Last year, Chi Omega raised more than $38,000 for the organization in support of its mission to create life-changing wishes for children in critical illnesses. This year's goal is $40,000. Parker Briel, a junior hospitality and tourism management major from Mobile, Alabama, is the chapter's 2024 Songfest director. Briel said she and the chapter are excited to host Songfest not only in support of Make-A-Wish, but also because it's a great way to kick off the season of giving and spreading holiday cheer in the Hattiesburg community. This is also our guest for today. In Hattiesburg news, Family Y Hoops Tourney raises $1,500 for North Carolina hurricane survivors. Dozens of people in Hattiesburg hit the basketball courts at the Family YMCA of Southeast Mississippi Saturday to help out the survivors of Hurricane Helene in North Carolina. A 3-on-3 basketball tournament was a fundraiser to support the YMCA Blue Ridge Assembly near Asheville, North Carolina. About 12 teams participated. Rump said that about $1,500 were raised during the tournament. In Mississippi news, the holidays are quickly approaching, and the Pine Belt families are looking to make sure their children have a normal Christmas regardless of their living situation. For the last 40 years, the Domestic Abuse Family Shelter has served 11 counties around the Pine Belt. The shelter is for men and women who are survivors of any type of abuse. Numbers tend to go up and down for the families they serve, but right now the shelter is full. Most of those at the shelter are children, and the organization said it needs help with age-appropriate gifts for teens this Christmas. The organization has created an Amazon wish list and started a Gold Horizons tour drive where donations can be dropped off at Northeast Jones High School in the shelter. However, not only are the needs for people that are in the shelter, the program generally lasts 90 days, but families still need help afterwards. House essentials like pots, pans, towels, and linens are also a big need. That was your news update from Southern Miss Today. Next, we'll have the latest in sports and weather, so stay tuned. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mr. Sippy Beverages. Mr. Sippy Beverages provides water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mr. Sippy Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mr. Sippy Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online.
The NLS Braille and Talking Book program gives patrons with visual or physical disabilities the freedom to read their way.
If you want to read in electronic braille, you can. If you want to read on your phone, you can. If you want to read in heart print, you can.
Everybody can read the way they want to read using this program.
For more information about the National Library Service for the Blind and Physically Handicapped, Library of Congress, visit loc.gov/thatallmayread.
Welcome back with our action-packed sports segment. Let's dive into the latest scores, highlights, and sports. Get your jerseys on because it's game time. Our next football game will be against South Alabama this Saturday, November 23rd. Go Eagles! Tomorrow, Wednesday, November 20th, the women's volleyball team will be playing against Coastal Carolina in Foley, Alabama. The men's basketball team will also be playing against South Dakota State in Brookings, South Dakota. On Thursday, November 21st, the women's volleyball team will be going onto the second round. On Friday, November 22nd, the beach volleyball team will be playing at the Tulane Fall Tournament in Elmwood, Louisiana. The women's volleyball team will be continuing to the quarterfinals. On Saturday, November 23rd, the women's basketball team will be playing against Baylor in Paradise Islands, Bahamas. The beach volleyball team will be finishing up their tournament, and the women's volleyball team will be on to the semifinals. On Sunday, November 24th, the men's basketball team will be playing against Montana State in Bozeman, Montana. Head to southernmiss.com to keep up with all the Golden Eagle sports activities. As for weather today, look for a low of 53 with a high chance of rain and a high of 70. The feels like for today is 60 to 70 degrees. Tomorrow, look for a low of 48 and a high of 69 with a medium chance of rain. Tomorrow's feels like is 46 to 70 degrees. Up next, we have Mississippi Moments, produced by the Center for Oral History and Cultural Heritage, with Alberta Spinks remembering how neighbors took care of her while she was sick as a child. Check it out.
This is Mississippi Moments, produced by the Center for Oral History and Cultural Heritage at the University of Southern Mississippi and supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. I'm Bill Ellison. Alberta Spinks was 5 years old when she and a playmate became gravely ill in 1919. She recalls how neighbors sat with her around the clock so her parents could get some rest during the ordeal.
Winsome A. Shelton and I, we went to pick blackberries, and they had great big berries in the swamp, and we would fill our buckets and we'd eat them. And so after that, we got on with a spell of sickness. Dr. Tisdale, he was our doctor. He said that we had typhoid and malaria fever, and the people in that community would come and sit up with me at night and stay until daylight. And this other little girl, Winsome A. Shelton, we were very close. I was sitting on the back porch. I was able enough to be sitting in the screen porch on the back, and I saw a casket in the wagon, and I saw him going to the house. And I said, Mama, is Winsome A. dead? I heard the bell toll. They wouldn't tell me she was dead, but I said, Mama, that's Winsome A. And I cried, and I cried, and I cried.
Bill Ellison hosts Voices of Our People, World War II, a new podcast from Mississippi Moments, sponsored by the Mississippi Humanities Council. That's Voices of Our People, World War II, wherever you get your podcasts.
That was your Mississippi Moment for today. Coming up, we have the pleasure of hearing from Parker and Lauren.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mr. Sippy Beverages. Mr. Sippy Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mr. Sippy Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mr. Sippy Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online.
People do it everywhere.
In the kitchen,
in the bedroom.
Yes, even the park.
When it comes to your health,
there is no wrong place or time
to get an HIV test.
Knowing your HIV status allows you to live your life
and stay healthy.
So pick a spot.
Make HIV testing a part of your routine.
I'm doing it.
I'm doing it.
I'm doing it.
You'll be glad you did.
I'm Jamie Presley.
I'm Jay Ellis.
I'm Ray Santiago.
I'm Terrence J.
And I'm acting
against AIDS.
Visit cdc.gov/doing it.
Now, please give a warm Golden Eagle welcome to Parker and Lauren. How are y'all?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm good, thank you. Could each of you tell me a bit about yourselves?
My name is Parker, and I'm the Songfest director this year for CAIO, and I'm from Mobile, Alabama, and I'm a hospitality major.
Awesome.
And my name's Lauren. I'm a senior here at USM, and I'm the Chi Mega president, and I'm from Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
Awesome. If you shouldn't have background on it, but could you give a little background on Songfest?
Yeah, so it's the longest and largest running philanthropy event at Southern Miss, and so this year's our 73rd year, and so it's just a big singing and dancing competition amongst all the fraternities and sororities here at Southern Miss, and it's always a lot of fun to put on each year.
Awesome. How did you get involved? Because you are the director of it, I believe. How did you get involved with doing that?
Well, I was just asked to be the director of it, and so I stepped up to the role, and I've had a lot of fun with planning the event this year.
Do you do anything or either of you do anything with music or anything, or is it just completely?
It's just completely I don't know. I don't do anything musically, but we do have a song chair, and so she leads our chapter in singing songs because CAIO does something a little bit differently amongst the rest of the singing and dancing competition. So we sing more classical Christmas songs, and so we have a song chair, and she leads our chapter in learning those songs.
Okay. How long do y'all spend on learning these songs?
We started practicing for those in September.
Awesome. Okay. You are obviously not the director because she is, but could you talk about a little bit what you do, or are you just kind of hanging out?
I'm kind of just here. I'm here to support Parker. I think my job during Songfest is to just make sure everything goes smoothly and to just make sure that if Parker needs anything or if the Songfest team needs anything, that I'm there to help. But I know that I do have a job during Songfest. I talk about it, and there's one song that we sing at the very end, and it's kind of a traditional song that we sing that has been sang the past 73 years. So it's my job to tell all the alums there to be like, hey, if you want to come sing with us, you can stand up and sing along with us as we sing this last song with us.
Okay, awesome. How long have y'all personally been doing this Songfest? You said you're a senior, so it's this is your fourth?
Yes, this is my fourth time.
This will be my third.
Okay. How big is y'all's turnout usually?
We usually bring in a pretty big crowd because it's free for the public, and so we usually get a really decent-sized Hattiesburg crowd in. I don't know, how many do you think we usually have?
I would say about 1,000 because we encourage each chapter, if you want to bring your parents, if you want to bring your siblings, definitely do that. I know all of our parents come out to watch us, so I would say it's a pretty big turnout.
Do y'all work with the School of Music in any way, or is it just a...
I don't
We've had some help from the School of Music in the past. I think my freshman year, we had some guy from the School of Music, and he came and helped us get on key.
It was probably Kilgore or Fuller, I'm going to be so honest.
Maybe. I can't remember, but...
No, that's fair. I was just curious because I do choir with the School of Music, and I read about this, and I was like, why haven't I heard about this? This is exciting. Let's see. So, personally, for each of you, this event obviously is for Make-A-Wish kids. How does this personally pertain to you? Obviously, you don't have to be like, oh, my cousin is in Make-A-Wish, but what is the importance of it to you?
I think what makes it so important to us is how personal it is because since COVID ended, we were able to have Wish Kids at Songfest, and so we usually have Wish Kids in the local area. And I remember my sophomore year, we had a girl named Celie, and we were able to connect with her and her family, and her wish was to go to Disney World. And so it was really personal for us, and we were able to get one girl from another chapter to dress up as Cinderella and kind of use that excitement to tell her that she was going to Disney World because she had no idea that she was going. I think that's something that affects us personally every year, in the best way, and it makes us so happy to see that, and I think that's what makes Songfest so special to us.
Exactly the same. That was my first Songfest, was whenever we granted Celie's wish to go to Disney, and it just made me so happy to be able to give that back to her and have that excitement.
So y'all, there are it's not just people from the community. There's also Wish kids there. Okay, that's cool. I did not know that, actually. I wasn't sure exactly how it worked. Let's see. Have y'all seen an increase in the amount of people over the years that y'all have been here for it? Or has it been like about the same?
I would say there has been an increase because I think we've done more on social media for Songfest. And I think since it's also become more competitive amongst the sororities and fraternities, that it has led to more people coming out to watch. Because I think that the way that they perform is also changing a little bit. They're kind of getting more creative with how they do everything, because they do choose Christmas songs, but they don't want to do the same thing every year. So I know last year they had people on roller skates. This year, I know there's a chapter that has trumpets that they'll be playing. And so I think that is allowing more people like, oh, I want to go see that. I want to see what they do. And I think that us as a chapter, we've done a better job at putting that all over social media, saying like, hey, you really want to be there to see it. And it's also free admission. You don't have to pay to get in.
Yeah. Now, I do not know anything about Greek life stuff, but we did have, I don't remember which which fraternity or sorority it is, but we had the ARC, the ARC in here. It's for disabled adults, and they talk about how they are constantly having one of or a few of the sororities or fraternities that they're working with. Y'all seem to do a lot more than people think when they think of Greek life. They think it's a lot of the, just like there's the rushing part and then all the like school related events, but y'all seem to do a lot more outreach events than like people seem to think. Have y'all done any recently? Like similar, not necessarily on this scale, but
like since we do benefit Make-A-Wish, so like our fall philanthropy event is obviously Songfest, and so all proceeds that we raise go directly towards that. And then in the spring we hold something called Witches for Wishes, and so we make grilled cheeses and we sell those, and that's also for Make-A-Wish. So each semester we usually have like our big philanthropy events, and it's Witches for Wishes in the spring and then Songfest in the fall.
Awesome.
We also do Pie Kai, which is where people pay to pie us in the face. And so students have probably seen us in Shoemaker Square being like, hey, I know you want to come pie us. Like, it's only $2. You got it. And so that's always a good turnout for us as well.
I remember when I toured here, like my sophomore year of high school, they had I don't know which fraternity it was. There's so many letters and I don't know any of them. But it was one of the fraternities that they were just set up and they were like, hey, come to the school. Also, you want to pie us? And it was like, it was really funny.
Sometimes
honestly.
they can be aggressive with it. Like, oh, you don't want to do it? Oh, come on.
They were like jumping out and I was like, I'm a little scared. A little scared. So, a little off of going a little further off of Songfest, but how did both of you get involved with Greek life? Because I know a lot of people either want to get involved or they're like on the opposite where they're like, Greek life, no. Like, how did you get involved? Or what motivated you to join?
I know for me, I'm from Hattiesburg, so I knew that I was coming to USM because I like being home and like being where I'm familiar. And I originally was like, I'm not going through Rush. I'm not doing recruitment at all because I just didn't think that I was capable of doing that. And my mom during the summer was like, I think you should. I think it'd be a great opportunity for you. And I was still like, no, I don't even know any of the sororities. I don't know how it even works. And my mom ended up signing me up without even telling me. And then she was like, hey, you're going to go through. And I was like, okay, I guess I will. And I did end up loving it so much. It did bring me out of my comfort zone, but I think that is beneficial in life to be brought out of your comfort zone so you can grow a lot more.
Awesome.
And my mom was in a sorority here at Southern Miss, and so she just encouraged me to apply for recruitment, and I was like, okay. And I don't know, I just found it as a way to like really just meet people firsthand, like right off the bat after moving into school as a freshman where you didn't know anyone. So
yeah, y'all are from two completely different, well, not completely different places, but you're from here, so you at least know people here. But you came from somewhere not super close, and you didn't. Are there people here that you went to school with or know from?
There's I don't know. I think there's 3 people here from my high school, and then my younger brother is a freshman here now.
Okay.
So he's up here now. But my family is a big Southern Miss family. So
that's fair. Yeah, so you also have it's in your family.
Mm-hmm.
When I came here, sorority and fraternity stuff scares me. That's a lot of commitment for stuff, and I already do 5,000 other things. But even though I'm not entirely sorority, let's go, I still think, even though a lot of people are like, oh, Greek life, oh, sororities are whatever they say, I don't know, but I still think it's, like y'all said, a very good place to meet other people and be known, know people within the community, especially if you come from somewhere that's there's not a lot of people from there, or you just might not know them. Because I know I came here with people from high school that I was like, oh, y'all are from my high school? I don't know who y'all are. Or I barely know who you are. And I just was like, I hope I make friends, I guess. So, do y'all have, well, you mentioned the Witch for Wishes. Do y'all have anything else in general coming up? It doesn't have to be like a fundraiser one or anything. Like, if y'all just want to share anything.
I don't think we have anything scheduled for the rest of the year, but I know that Witches for Wishes will be in the spring, and we'll be looking forward to that. And we'll probably do Pi Kai again in the spring too, because that's just always fun for us to do.
Okay, awesome. So, obviously this is a thing about Songfest. Would you like to, either of you or both of you, share anything that would encourage people to come to it? Obviously it's a Make-A-Wish thing, but to try to get more people, I actually don't know how many people listen to this, but what would you like to tell people to encourage them to come to it?
Well, it's always a lot of fun to watch, just to see all the songs and dances that the sororities and fraternities come up with, but we also have a raffle going on, and so some of the prizes that people can win are a cooler, a baseball gift basket, some Christmas door signs, some Christmas paintings and platters, just a bunch of little prizes, and so all the money that we raise from that goes directly to Make-A-Wish.
Okay, awesome. Do you have anything?
I would say it's always just a fun time to come out if you're not doing anything Wednesday. It's definitely super fun watching all the chapters perform, because you never know what they're going to do. I know one chapter did full-on Barbie themed, and they did exceptionally well. And it's always fun watching the guys attempt to dance, and some of them sing very beautifully too. So I think that it's always fun coming to watch them, because you never know what you're going to expect.
I think watching the fraternities has got to be probably the best part, because I feel like they're so, sorry guys, but so uncoordinated, and they're trying their hardest. It's got to be very entertaining. Is there anything else y'all would like to add before we wrap this up? I read the date and the time earlier and then immediately forgot. Do any of you know it off the top of your head?
It's November 20th, so tomorrow, Wednesday, and it's at 6:30, but doors open at 6.
Awesome. Thank you for coming in today and sharing this lovely insight about this. Coming up, we've got Nishranika discussing the hackathon.
For Southern Miss Student Media, I'm Nishranika. Like most people listening, I love my AI. Meta AI has saved my friends from having to listen to the same things 15 times a day on countless occasions. Southern Miss seems to have embraced my spirit. The theme for the school hackathon, or hatchathon, this year was reclaiming time with generative AI. In the competition, students made different AI that solved real-life problems using AI to help save time. James Wilcock, the director of the Center for Entrepreneurship, speaks more on the competition.
We just wrapped up our second annual Hatchathon, which is a university hackathon focused on accelerated problem solving. Last year was our pilot, and we had about 52 students that participated last year. We had a 60% increase in this year's participation. Amazing ideas that were being developed by students from across campus, a lot of computing science and computer engineering students, but you found students from biological sciences and physics, entrepreneurship, business, who were working together around the theme of this year.
The first place winner of the 2024 Hatchathon was Cohesion, which helps with easy creation, documentation, organization, and export of different data. The second place was won by Prep AI, which offers personalized study planners for students. The third place was Samantha, which syncs Outlook and Google Calendar to help find a time for team meetings. Seymour won the People's Choice Award. It is a search extension for USM's website that allows users to search for information within the college website. The students were really excited for the competition. A student, Stephen Josie, shares his excitement.
I'm very excited today. I thought I would be nervous, but I'm excited. Not just to present my own project, but to see what my friends have made, what the other teams have made, and I hope the better person wins.
So many great AI there that have not been launched. I was a little jealous of the creators that could use those anytime they wanted. For example, there was this AI that does your literature review for you. And would that not be so important this time of the semester? But while I have to do all 5,000 of my literature review myself for now, there were different companies looking to invest into some of the AI they deemed important. I hope one of them was the literature review AI. For Southern Miss Student Media, I'm Nishanika.
Thank you for listening to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. We are thankful for Seb Hodges, our audio engineer, and Michaela Williams, our film producer, for keeping this bird soaring. We especially want to thank our program director, Shania Williams, our executive producer, Owari, our assistant producer, Adeline Fields, and our general manager, Dr. Martin, as well as our guests today, Parker and Lauren. Make sure to go out to Songfest and please support the Make-A-Wish Foundation. That's all on Southern Miss Today Radio. Thank you for listening, and remember, fly, Eagle, fly. I'm your host, Abby Buzagard, signing off. Stay creepy.
Sponsorship comes from Southern Beverage, your local Michelob Ultra distributor. Michelob Ultra has significantly fewer carbs and calories per serving if you are watching those in your diet. You can reach Southern Beverage by phone at 601-268-9111, or you can find them on the internet at southernbeverage.com. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri, and Southern Beverage ask you to please drink responsibly.
Imagine being denied an apartment because of housing discrimination.
It's so wrong.
But who has the power to stop this?
You do. The law is on your side. If you've been discriminated against because of race, color, religion, sex, national origin, disability, or familial status, file a complaint with HUD. Fair housing is your right.
Use it.
Visit HUD.gov/fairhousing. A public service message